here we are again with Chris Lance. Today is 5/21/18. This is going to be for 1011 Claytonian Terrace. Again, this is Chris Lance. We've already cameraed underneath the home from the front gutter all the way through the front of the home, all the way to the backyard trap. We have now gone inside the yard trap and we're getting ready to go all the way down to the city main where you can see where we're at right now. And we're going to come all the way back to this yard trap showing that everything out here. Now, as you can see, the city main is flowing and ripping through. I will tell you before we even start this, to me it looks like the connection from this lateral line going to the city main is actually collapsing a little bit at the back end of it, but it still has a 4-inch opening, which is standard for any sewer lateral for a home of this magnitude. So it's not like that's a huge problem personally. I wouldn't say that you need to do much about that, but at the same time my professional plumbing says I have to tell you that that is coming disconnected, and you might want to have the city possibly look at that connection, because that's going to be on them at that point. So let's go ahead and back you up and show you everything else. You have two minor root intrusions. I'll tell you now before we even start the video, and we'll get really close on them and show you where they're at, what needs to be done, what could be done, and possible preventative maintenance annually to just keep this under control. Let's go ahead and back up. Okay, there's the 4-inch hole right there. That's where you can see where the 4-inch pipe, the inlet and the outlet tying in together, is not lined up properly. Even though you can see the size of that, that should be completely open. It's almost at a 45-degree angle. Again, personally, that's not a huge problem. It's 4 inches in diameter, but at the same time, it is coming disconnected. So what looks fine today could be a huge problem next year, and we don't want to see that happen to anybody. So let's go ahead and address that. That's located directly behind the shed / garage. It's going to be about 8 foot deep. Let's go ahead and back up and we'll get a marking going all the way to it. Alright, there you can see the small amount of roots that come through each one of these. This is located right, basically, this garage is tied in and runs back into a creek. Surrounded by trees everywhere, but this is nothing bad. I've seen it all, and let me tell you, some tissue. Alright, let's stop right here for a second, right by this root intrusion, so we can mark this and locate it. As you can see, there's some roots coming through right there. I imagine every year they grow out to about the middle of that drain and cause problems, so let's go ahead and mark and locate this. the video. Everything's been marked out. Everything's been located. I appreciate your patience. Let's go ahead and run this back. Get the rest of this marked out. Again, just a couple small minor root intrusions. You still had a 4 inlet going into the city inch main. It looks funky though because the connection is not perfectly lined up. Small little bit of roots right there. Nothing too major. Again, I don't know if you'll qualify through the city lateral program for that connection or not, because it is still wide open, but at the same time you have minor root intrusion. I know the lateral program will not cover a root intrusion as minor as that one, but the connection might be able to get fixed at the city main. Again, this is going to be Precision Plumbing for Chris Lance, 5/21/2018. Thank you very much, and I hope we covered everything, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you again. This is Josh Finch.